Hi there, welcome back. This is not a text and talk, this is, I don't know how to call this format yet. It's a social media update about Stellaris, about all that has been going on this week in Stellaris. I've looked at it for you and I've picked out all the interesting posts I've come across. There's still a lot to be learned about Banks, Patch and the upcoming Utopia expansion. Much that is not in the official announcement you can pick up on Twitter from the posts of mostly Martin Unward. As I said, I've filtered it out. I've picked out the I think interesting posts that are mostly about info for the game, something funny. So let's start with Martin Unward's post from 27th January. In 1.5 Banks you'll be able to change your empire. I think some of your pops might not be happy about it though. You can see here you have two different factions. You can embrace one of the factions that will change your ethics either to, in that case, to xenophobe. Or the March of the Brave. I think that's the more extreme faction, and that will change the happiness of the faction, that will change the issues that the faction has, probably also the size of the factions, and it will also change these numbers up there, these numbers that are your empire ethics, that are not set in stone anymore. So that might change through your decisions, and even though you have 99% only, it's 100% of your population in there. So let's look at the next post. Changing the empire coloring system in Stellaris. So no two empires should have the exact same color. That's a real help if you like to play with really huge galaxies like me. They are often even neighbors with the same color. Like it's always at the you go to a party and you have birthday the same day that with a guy at the table you have. So yeah, that phenomenon they want to avoid, and it's really helpful to have that because it can be annoying. It's such a small change, but it's a really good one. So that is a view from the inside. From the inside of what? From the inside of the Dyson sphere. You can read on that in the megastructures dev diary that I've put up in the playlist that I've linked in the info card in the upper right corner, the small eye. So that is the Dyson sphere. That's the frame of it. When it's completed, it's wrapped around a planet as a whole and makes him cold and dark and frozen. And you will get a lot of energy for it, though, with the Dyson sphere. Then we have this week, we have the grand sale. It's been announced by Paradox. So at the Paradox shop, you have 50% off all Stellaris content. It seems like. So, if you don't already have the game, or if you're missing some part of it, I'd recommend to go for it. I mean, if you don't have the soundtrack is absolutely great. That's one thing to go for. If you don't have the plantoids yet, it's fun to have them. It's not needed, but it's fun to have them, and so on. There's a lot to like. Also the Leviathan Story Pack DLC, of course. That's very nice. So let's see. There's a new war goal coming to dismantle the habitats. Someone asked if you could destroy the habitats, and that's the case as a war goal right now. It's the same diplomatic repercussions as Cleanse Planet. So it's not making you the prom queen of the universe, but it is going to be something you can use to significantly weaken your opponents. So there's more. Learn to play Stellaris. I just found this funny. It's another advertisement for the 50% off thing. Then a notice about the announcement of Utopia. I think that's interesting for all of us. And I'll follow this post again, probably in the next social media video I put up. The features listed there is not an exhaustive list. More stuff coming in future dev diaries. So will megastructures change their appearance based on the species you picked? Yes, Martin Unward says. So very interesting. Nice going. Like I wonder what the plantoid Dyson sphere looks like, right? Or the plantoid science station, science nexus. So, only the best for you guys, Martin Unward says. Yeah, that will be a great expansion. And let's see, that is one of the science nexi, a nexus with a blue star. Very, very atmospheric here. Yeah, the science nexus as a whole, you can see it here. It's probably the standard design, probably for humans. That's the sentry station that you can have there, that you can see there. That is watching around a pulsar, interestingly. That's another photo, or photo of it, yeah. They're flying around in the Stellaris universe, totally. The Watcher in the Night. It will give you a whole overview over the universe, that big station, that big station. And some posts he made, like answering questions, that was also interesting, I thought. So there's no direct mechanic for altering other empires' ethics yet, but external pressures definitely matter. So you might be able to change other empires' ethics in the future. And also external pressures will maybe transform your friendly research empire neighbor into a more militaristic one. Then other examples, treating other species badly makes them more xenophobe, long-term good relations more xenophile, which is absolutely logical. And it makes me happy to have a dynamic system in there. I mean, otherwise you could try to be friends with xenophobes, but in the end they would always hate you. And that makes no sense. You can become friends, even with a xenophobic species, over time. And it will make them more xenophile, probably. So, how much influence can we exert on existing or even creating factions in other empires? That will be possible to some degree, Martin Unward says. For instance, spiritualists and egalitarians will spread ethics attraction through diplomacy, especially migration. Very nice to know. So, migration will change your society. That's going to be interesting. Anyone thinks of the Roman Empire and so-called barbarians or Germans or... yeah, that Roman Empire with their Gallic, Germanic leaders. Same things are going to be happening there. And here, another shot of Utopia. This time without my straightforward announcement text. You can see it in the hole there. It's very nice. It reminds me of the first pictures from the Stellaris launch with that flying in spaceships into the warp. But this is building the Dyson sphere, I think. So very, very nice. Big fleets meeting here. Very good. There we have another photo from space. That's just an orbital habitat with a, I don't know, is that a black hole, a black star near? I'd like a room with a view from the end of the world. Nice. So that was the overview about the social media posts I found, mostly from Martin Unward, as he's the leader of the Stellaris dev team. And yeah, the producer, the project manager, he had a vote about this. So I think he's going to be called the project manager of Stellaris. So he's the most important person now. So I mostly follow his leads. I want to get the official info and the official rumors, so to say. So you can speculate here what's going to come out of these pictures. I did all I could to set them into the background. So if you like this and haven't subscribed yet, just subscribe for more news. Also, not only social media news, of course, like the set in stone dev diary posts and the announcements Paradox makes, and of course there are the let's plays. We have guides on the channel for Stellaris, all of these goodies. I'd like you to to be here with us, and we have a friendly community, so if you have some questions in the comments, there will be friendly answers from me or from the other guys and girls out there in space with us. So subscribe to space, subscribe here. Happy gaming to you. See you in the next video on the channel or anywhere else. Have a good time and happy gaming. Yes.